Welcome back to another Canon review. Today I'm talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Yes, so this is probably going to be a pretty quick review. It's kind of late. I don't want to stay up all night doing a review, so I'll probably post a second review looking at some spoilers, talking about some of the stuff that happened, so I'll keep it kind of non-spoiler for this review. So, I just came back, saw it in IMAX 3D, so let's start right there. I was originally going to go see the double feature, but that was before I realized they were playing it in IMAX 3D. Last movie I saw was Power Rangers, and they didn't have it in IMAX. Probably because they didn't shoot it in IMAX, but I'm just like, oh, I don't know, maybe not every new movie is IMAX. So, I was just like, okay, I'll go to this double feature, but then when I realized they were playing in IMAX 3D, I was like, no, I gotta go see that. So I did a ghetto double feature, went to Redbox, got the first Guardians of the Galaxy, watched that at home, then went and saw number 2. But anyway, I mistimed it so bad. I did a rookie move, man. I'm a Nerd Night veteran and I messed up because I got there way too late. I'm thinking like, man, there's 3D, there's double feature, there's regular, there's IMAX. This probably won't be packed. So many different things, people can go see. Wrong. It was packed to the seat. I had to sit in the handicap spot. Don't feel bad about that. I'm cool. But I still enjoyed myself. Just a rookie mistake. Won't happen again for Wonder Woman. But anyway, starting with that, I would recommend that you definitely go see it like opening weekend, if not the next week, as soon as possible, because you want to watch this more than once. But I do have to say you don't need to see it in 3D or IMAX. IMAX helps if it's regular IMAX, but any type of 3D you don't need. I'm starting to realize like this 3D stuff, I never was a fan. With IMAX I got a little more into it, but it's like if it's not what are those little flame sparkles, little flame sparks, then it don't matter. That's the only thing 3D is good for. So IMAX though, better sound, bigger picture, so that's cool. But as far as 3D, I think this movie would be perfectly fine without it, and it might be even better. I was watching some of the previews, and like the Spider-Man one, I could not focus. Like, I know my seat wasn't the best, but still, it felt like the images were moving so fast, and with 3D, whatever's right here looks good, but everything on the side doesn't look good. So Spider-Man was moving so fast, I was like, oh no, I'm not going to see that in 3D. But anyway, enough ranting about 3D. I don't think you should go see it. I would go see it in just regular form. Save you some money and it's still going to be as good. So I love this movie. I am not a huge fan of the first Guardians. I do really like it. I've seen it more and more recently, but I'm still just like, okay, it's a solid movie. It wasn't the crazy, masterpiece that everybody else seems to think it was. So I think I'm in the minority, man, where with both these movies, where everybody beloved the first one, I thought was just okay, and everybody saying this one is pretty good, but I love this second one. There's so many positives, very little negatives. I'll start the negatives, and it took me so much to find a negative, and honestly, there's only one negative I could say, and that's the music wasn't as good as the first one. And not just, the song selection, because, of course, we all have our gaps depending on what type of music we listen to. But it wasn't just the song selection for me. I didn't recognize a lot of songs, but it was how they used it in the movie. I thought some parts was good, some parts it could have been done better or stayed on longer. I thought the first one did a better job of using the music with the actual scenes, but also the music selection was just better overall. So in any other movie, I think that would be a nitpick, but with what Guardians is, I think that's definitely an actual big part of the essence. So it wasn't horrible by any stretch. It just wasn't as good, and that's my only small negative. I loved everything else. I thought the best part about this movie is that it took what was good with the first Guardians and it built upon it with a new layer of storytelling. Rather than doing the exact same thing over, it added some more layers and nuance to it with people's relationships, with people's past. It had more emotional scenes than the last one did. Stuff that was real, even though it was, aliens and different creatures. It was stuff that hit home really hard, and I think with anybody that watches the movie. So I just was so impressed how they kept the comedy. I was impressed how they kept everything kind of rolling from the first one, but they still were able to add on to it. And even though it's called Guardians of the Galaxy, this movie was so small, actually. And I think that's what made it work so much better than any other sequels, where you see them try to go larger scale. They try to go bigger, more money, more everything. And so something with the Guardians of the Galaxy, it was already like in my head, and listening to the reviews, it was like I already can see how they're going to try to branch out and go crazy and reach every corner of the galaxy. But they really did not at all. Without spoiling it, it was a very contained movie. Like, it was a few places, a few people, in a very structured plot where you were able to still hit everybody in the Guardians effectively. I thought everybody had a moment to really dig into who they were, and a moment to be funny, and a moment to be a hero. I thought all of that was good. They did not overplay Baby Groot like I was scared about. I mean, there's a particular scene, and you'll know it when you see it, that they really did go like Baby Groot trying to sell toys. But other than that, I think they really were low key with Baby Groot more than I thought they were going to be. And so and it had a good twist in it, and it just built upon everything you liked in the first one, at least for me. Like, with me, I'm like, man, I like Yondu. I wish we could see him more. We see him a lot more in this movie. And it's just, I'm not trying to spoil anything. So it's just a lot more of the stuff you like from the first one. You get to see it. And it's nice because the group's already formed, so they don't waste time doing that. But yeah, man, overall, I absolutely love this. I think you should go see it right as soon as you can. See it by yourself. See it with some friends. See it with family. Kids were in the house, of course. They are able to laugh and get the jokes. I think it's just a fun movie. I think it's rewatchable. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm going to save it for the spoiler talk. I give it a 99% out of 100. Like I said, I mean, might seem like a nitpick, but the music was the only little thing I would have to knock off of it. But other than that, man, I think Logan was so hot for me, but the replay value isn't the same. Like, it's not going to be easy to keep watching Logan over again. This one is ultimately rewatchable with a lot of fun moments, so that's what made it so much higher for me. So, I mean, it'd be a battle between Logan and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 for my number one spot so far. But they're both up there. They're both over Power Rangers and Lego Batman's last. So, anyway, 99 out of 100. That's super high praise. I don't know what the critics are talking about. This is way better than the first one to me. So, if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, or if you plan on going to see it, go to the comment section. Let me know what you think about that. Like, thumbs up, subscribe. Stay around for the spoiler video coming out pretty soon. And yeah, if you heard it here, it's official canon.